Aloha, y'all. It is November 1st. Rabbit, first of the month. It is Saturday, Saturn's Day, named after Saturn and esoterically ruled by Saturn. The sun is in Scorpio. The moon is in Pisces. As far as the astrology goes, there's still that grand water trine between Jupiter and Cancer. The moon and North Node, which are conjunct, and Saturn and Neptune, which are conjunct, and that's all trining Mars-Mercury conjunction with Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. So a whole lot of water. Pluto's squaring the Sun, Pluto's squaring Chiron, Pluto's opposite Jupiter, Venus is opposite Chiron, Uranus is opposite Mars-Mercury, Black Moon Lilith conjunction. It's going on. So the cards we've got on this 1st of November is the 8 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the shadow card is coming from in hot with the Price of the Ferryman, the river Styx. If you know, you know. So the card of the day, though, is the 8 of Pentacles. If you're an earth sign, you're a pentacle. If you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, it's about the material things, what you're practically doing in the 3D world. Practicing your skills, encouraging others to be their best, deep satisfaction of your work, right? Venus and Libra. Whistle while you work, make it so, kind of thing. On page 176, the 8 of Pentacles, I am doing the work I was born to do. The 8 of Pentacles sits out on a crystalline landscape of minerals with many facets in which a character is seen standing on a golden, elegant structure, fashioning and refining the elements of some exquisite space-time sculpture. Robotic, made of intricate parts and connections, Uranus and Gemini, Pluto and Aquarius, but still in human form, it is clearly absorbed and attentive to the task at hand. Like focused, right? Mars, Mercury, and Scorpio conjunct. If this was a human being, perhaps an artist, we might assume he was in a state of flow. Grand water trine. Moon conjunct North Node in Pisces. Completely absorbed, honing and perfecting his skills, creating a meticulously detailed piece of work which expressed something essential about his existence. We may be able to delegate tasks to artificial intelligence or robotic forms with a robust efficiency, but to be conscious of the process of creation may well remain a uniquely human phenomena. To take on something intrinsically valuable and use a range of intelligences keeps something crucially alive in us. Education socializes us for the world of work. If you don't eat your meat, how can you have any pudding? Kind of Saturn, karma in the world, material, 8 of Pentacles. It has traditionally focused on external reward and merit rather than internal intrinsic motivations. This will have to transform if we are to encourage people with flexible skill sets and knowledge to work across different disciplines and collaborate virtually. Pluto and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini. Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Pisces. The 8 of Pentacles invites you to look deeply into your world of work and review those projects and moments where you felt most alive, inspired, capable, absorbed, and joyful. What lit you up, and how can you persist in that way in the material? Look at where you need to apply yourself fully and feel the joy in the doing of doing it well and to your fullest competency. In the card, the character has many characteristics of a robot, and yet it still maintains a human form and is clearly absorbed in the task. I'm playing with the possibility that no matter how much we may become enhanced beings, the sense of our own corporeal existence will be seen as a treasure. Our consciousness is a mind-body consciousness, unique and precious. North Node conjunct Moon in Pisces, we feel good about how unique we are as creatures. The riddle of the Sphinx, humans yet animals, dreamers in the dream, etc., etc. If you have neglected your physical form, then this card is calling you to use it and fully experience it. Right, coming into balance, Venus and Libra, Jupiter and Cancer, take care of your body and your mind. If you've neglected to stretch your mind, now is the time to indulge in the amazing fact you can extend yourself, touching the lives of others by creating solutions. Uranus and Gemini, how can you revolutionize your perceptions mentally? When you are willing to put in the real work, Mars, Mercury conjunct in Scorpio, go digging deep to bring something about. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Pisces. How do you, build Taj Mahals from just sketches in your brain? It enhances your innate sense of being and you become absorbed in life, right? We become in the flow, so to speak. So practicing your skills, encouraging others to be their best, deep satisfaction of your work. The clarifying card we have is the 10 of Wands. So this was about what you do in the physical, right? Material pentacles. And this is the action of our spirit in the form of will, like zeal. So if you're a fire sign, if you're an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, you're the fire, the wands. On page 120, I carry the burdens of life, the Ten of Wands, lightening your load and admiring the beauty surrounding you, Venus in Libra, Jupiter in Cancer, determination to see the situation through to the end and make one more good push. I think the idea here is that, we're trying to figure out where we fit in this world. There's a lot changing, whether it's AI and robots taking the jobs, like Amazon laying off a bunch of people, or, whatever it is, the internet being full of bots. We feel we're kind of, at the end of a journey, but it's not over yet. But we feel pretty burnt out and tired and stretched. We're burning the candle on both ends. We don't know where we fit as humans. What it means to be a human is changing. Kind of feel like Frodo Baggins. He's gone to Lonely Mountain and is dealing with smog, and he is the burglar, and he's got a ring that makes him, get the gold more than Gandalf or anybody else. But at the same time, he's like, I'm tired. I'm sleeping on the mountainside. These dwarves are fighting. I'm getting burnt out here. So, we have to persist and carry wood, chop water in the real world, but at the same time, we can also feel kind of brittle. It's November 1st. We can be like, man, winter's coming. I feel it. It's getting darker. When is this going to end, right? Kind of a paradox of like, wow, I'm in a dream. And it's like Willy Wonka tunnel of nightmares mode simultaneously. So the shadow deck, Dante's Inferno on a Saturn's Day, we're getting the, heavy lead of Saturn. The price of the ferryman. What do we have to pay to play in order to not feel like we're just getting stretched to our limits, like Mel Gibson and Braveheart. Number nine, as Ringo would say, on page 19, the price of the ferryman. As he who listens to some great deceit that has been done to him and then resents it, such became Phlegias in his gathered wrath. It's very Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Pisces, right? Kind of Grand Water Trine, Chiron and Aries, this victimization kind of mode. On our wandering hero arrives at the river Styx. When a boat approaches, its ferryman Phlegias attempts to claim the living Dante's soul, but he is rebuked by Virgil and lapses into acrimony. Of divination, a king in life, Phlegias was condemned for his deeds of vengeance against the gods whom he believed had wronged him. Right, Mars, Mercury, and Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, opposite Uranus and Gemini. It's like we have this breakthrough of like, I need to, betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver because I'm tired of being broke or whatever. Now he derives pleasure only in bringing others into their place of torment. Sun in Scorpio, right? Our ever-active minds can easily play tricks on us, especially when we feel slighted or treated poorly by others. It is easy to invent ulterior motives, toxic patterns, and envision enemies arrayed against us. The shadow of Uranus and Gemini, opposite Mercury, Mars, Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. Paranoia can sound like wisdom when we have been hurt. Let go of past darkness and let a new day dawn. So I think the idea here is, how do we break on through to the other side? How do we dawn in our minds into a new day? We have to whistle while we work, even though we're, our fingers are bleeding and we're tired. We're saying, how much further, how much longer is this shift? It ain't over till it's over, so we got to push on through, even though we're kind of tired and weary. And we cannot play victim. We cannot blame others and say, I didn't ask for this. It's like everything, every facet of the jewel is exactly as it should be, even though our minds can't apprehend that. Our souls, North Node and Pisces conjunct the moon, can accept that at some degree. And it can feel very tedious, but, try not to resent others or your station in life. Try to be the change in the world you want to see. Make the actions in the world to move. If you're tired of feeling fatigued and out of weight, get better sleep, exercise, eat better. If you're tired of feeling lonely and disconnected, socialize, connect. You see what I mean? If you're tired of feeling like you're broke, learn a new skill set, hustle, donate blood, whatever, right, for the extra moolah. I've never done that for cash, but you get my point. There's things to do in the world practically, even though we're kind of feeling burnt out, and we cannot feel like a victim, or else we're already starting, behind. There's a lesson there, but it's like, that's not the lesson that we want to do. That's why Lucifer fell, because he's like, I want to do what I want. It's like, maybe that's actually what his, he was the best angel, and then it's like, I'm not absorbed in my work, I'm getting burnt out and tired of the tyrant that I perceive to be God, and I'm going to fall from grace. So the story goes. So, on that swan song note, I hope you enjoy your November. Welcome to the new month. Rabbit, like I said. Holler for a reading. $50 for an hour of cards. $150 for 3 hours of astrology. If it's your birthday, it's half off on either or both. And if you refer somebody to me, just half off on cards for yourself. So 5-star shit you'll get, and you'll love it, and we'll have a blast. Leave a tip if you feel so inclined, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Enjoy your Saturn's Day. Adios.